Hey Aries, welcome into your reading. Okay, so I'm finally back in my studio space after traveling. It was a semi disaster a little bit trying to find Wi Fi while I was there. It was just, I don't know, I felt like the universe was saying to me, take an actual vacation, okay? Because it's just not happening with the Wi Fi. It's crazy. I would be on this island and then the island would be on fire and like two antennas would drop. And there we are, all of us on this island, all trying to get on one antenna with internet. You could do the bare minimum. That was about it. All right, guys, this is the situation for you. We're going to go into mid September. This is right after the eclipse season, okay? So we're going right into mid September. 2nd to 3rd. What is the situation for my Aries? Also, those of you who purchase single purchase readings and the sound cut out, please email me, elpistarot@gmail.com. And the only reason I know is because somebody from the tourist group told me, guys, you have to learn how to speak up if something's wrong. All right, nobody said anything, and I went back and I heard it, and I was like, "Oh my God, the sound did cut out." Another thing why I was like, you know what, let's just be on vacation. So for those of you who did purchase that video, I need to make it up to you guys. I'm going to do a special video just for you. So send me an email so I can send you a special link just for you guys. All right, now you got the Queen in reverse. Can I have one more, please, for Aries? Right, what's going on for my Aries here? You know, and for the most part, everyone's reading was basically about what they were eclipsing out of their life and what they were moving forward with. So let's see if yours is going to be any different. Some of you could be dealing with a Pisces. That's just there. Others of you, it looks like you're emotionally unavailable, or you're turning your back, or your heart space is just shut off to something. It's like almost like a big turn off for you. But I don't know what's going on, because it feels as if like either your love was rejected or something was rejected, and now you're at this crossroads and you're moving forward. So I don't want you to think of this reading as something negative. I want you to look at it like it's positive, only because it's basically going to show you, because of the eclipse season, what you're eclipsing out and what your new life is starting to shape up and look like, right? So even if a relationship goes sideways, consider it a blessing in disguise. Or others of you, it's going to be the complete opposite. You're going to sediment it into place, especially as we get into Libra season, because they're ruled by Venus, a very favorable planet. But the Two of Wands, I don't care how you spin this for me. This or your person, either or, because cards are energy, you're in a stuck place. You're trying to see something from a different perspective. You're hanging in there, right? But now you're like, what else is out there? You're at the door. You're looking into your horizon. Obviously, we're going to clarify this. But for me, when I see a queen in reverse, you, male or female, this is you. Either somebody broke up with you, was rejecting your love, or you're just turned off, or you're just like not having it. But here's where it gets interesting. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Knight of Cups. This is somebody coming in to talk to you heart to heart, saying, you know what? Let's go have a conversation, just to see where you're at, feelings-wise. Now, what's coming in for my Aries, please? Five of Swords, the Devil, and the Moon. This is two major arcana. No, you have three so far. A fourth at the bottom of the deck. It's getting harder and harder for me to say these things. I'm not gonna lie. But I can't lie either. It bothers me too. So why am I being like this? It's because I feel like last week when I was getting comments, it's like, oh, Aries readings are always so negative. Oh, da, 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 da. I don't feel like I should lie to anybody and blow fluff up your ass just so you could feel good to persevere. That's not what you need. You need to chop wood. You need to see things for what they are and start vocalizing. And you are, because these past few years, you're the way the planets have aligned for you, they've been training you how to be wise, but using patience behind your wisdom. And obviously it's starting to come through. But you know what? It's always hardest when you're about to overcome your last hurdle. And the reason I'm saying all of this is because when I'm looking at the moon and the devil, this ain't pretty. And I'm sure you're sensing it, right? First of all, let me show you the minor arcana, which is the Five of Swords. You've heard me go into detail with the Five of Swords. Five of Swords talks about sacrifice. You're going to run in the house. Your house is on fire. You can't save this house. It's not. So you're going to run in and get the three most valuable things that belong to you. So when you build the new house, you're going to put those three things in the new house because that's what you can salvage, right? It's the same thing with relationships. And if you're in two relationships, or you had one old, or you've been dealing with an old and a new person comes in, I know your energy might be holding on to the past, but you could be at this point where like, all right, I got to let them go and move on with the new thing or the new person, or take a leap of faith and a risk and not have anything lined up and just go out there and find what I'm looking for. Those are the sacrifices. Same thing with a job, right? And because we're in eclipse season, it's interesting, especially when I get the moon card, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You do have some concerns what's going to happen to your future. That's because you are taking some sort of risks. At least that's what I'm sensing intuitively. You're taking some form of risks right now, Aries, for your betterment, for your better future. And because now you're starting to actually believe in your dreams, and that your dreams are actually attainable, right? And they are attainable. But there is something toxic here. And I feel like this devil, and we'll see when I clarify, it's something that's pulling you in, right? It's your old life. It's your old patterns. It's your old, and when I say old, it can be a person from the past that was toxic or narcissistic, or that was like a devil energy. It's like you're trying to shed it, right? And always the universe tests us because they're like, okay, you want this new life? You want this dream? Show us. Prove to us how hard you're going to work behind it. But it could be scary. So somebody leaving, a corporate job to start their own company is scary. It's leaving a relationship that you were in and out of, but you knew it wasn't good for you. But you leave it anyway in the hopes that you'll find your dream person or your soulmate. It's scary. So this is what's going on. I don't want you to feel hopeless, all right? Because I don't like looking at the star in reverse down there. I want you to feel hopeful. All right, what is it that Aries doesn't see coming their way? Those of you who do the extended readings or are my members, the extended readings are all about love. It's all about you and your person, where the general reading is generalized because not everybody here is for love, right? They're here also for work, career, and other stuff. Another major arcana. When I'm seeing this much major arcanas, you are going through a heavy transitional period and it feels like you need guidance, or you need somebody to kind of hold your hand. So it's like in the spiritual realm, somebody's holding your hand. All right. Because you have the Hermit card and the Four of Pentacles. You're holding on to something. But the cool thing is you are being like a Virgo in the sense that although you're taking a time out and you're lying low and you're retracting your energy from, friends, society, social media, whatever, you are trying to make a wise decision. So I do like that. It is what we were talking about earlier, how you are exercising patience, how you are using that inner wisdom, right? Because you are healing and you are being smart about everything right now. Because I think you're also realizing that as you're healing, the thing that's breaking your heart or that's hurting you, and this could be quite literal, like physically healing, you're starting to understand that in that process, Aries, you could find the answer. You can find the right path forward. Anyway, I really believe that 90% of you, or the bulk of you, Aries, is already on that path. You're already like made the decisions, made the choices, and now you're going forward, but with trepidation. What is the advice here for Aries, please? Uh, oh, thank God. This came up right now, the star card. It is telling you to stay positive. It is telling you to remain hopeful, because if you don't, you're about to lose your shit. All right, I really need to go into this card for you. Look at you at the bottom of the deck. I'm not going to talk about third party mistress and stuff like that, because sometimes the Queen of Wands represents mistress or an affair person or whatever. And somebody went at me in the remarks in the comments, well, Aries don't cheat, we're not cheaters, we don't have affairs, so I don't resonate. That's not true. Everybody is capable of this. And moreover, I just want to say, no, typically Aries aren't like that. No, typically they don't seek it out either. No, they don't ever want to be in it, because Aries people always want to live in their truth. So this thing would eventually, eat away at them. So they would get rid of it anyway, the situation of being in an affair or whatever. Moreover, shit happens. Sometimes the shit falls in our laps. It is what it is. And sometimes we do think positively or hopefully that maybe whatever this other person is saying, that we can trust them. That is the beautiful thing about Aries people. They have this innate feature where, yes, they could be slightly naive, because that's the little child in Aries, believing in the best in others. And it's very fucking disappointing when they disappoint in Aries. That's why, Aries karma is like 1,000% strong. You fuck with an Aries, your karma is like, oh my God, so bad. That's why. Because this thing about Aries, them being a child, being slightly naive, it is the child in them. So it's like hurting a child. It's because a child is curious. It's because a child wants to go out there and explore and learn and see and do it all. That's what it is, right? So why am I telling you all of this stuff? Because in your advice position, it's telling you to stay positive and hopeful. All right. That energy of the spirit of an Aries, that inner child inside of you, needs to come out now, because that child was ready to explore. Saw the world as at the palm of their hand. The world was their oyster. Always. And that's the energy you got to get back. You got to believe. You got to believe back in yourself through all your traumas, through all your tribes and all your tribulations. It's saying you've got to stay here. All right? Especially now when I'm seeing the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Okay? Don't forget who you are. You're a fire sign. This is Aries, Leo, Sag. Don't forget who you are. There's reasons why you have sex appeal. This, you have magnetism. People are always attracted to you because of that fiery, exciting energy. It represents life. And everybody walks around a little dead inside. Aries, no, they can only live like that for so long. They expel that part out of them. Okay? This is why, Aries is constantly evolving. It's the same why most Aries are attracted to Aquarius, is because Aquarius are also evolving creatures. You get each other on that front. The reason I say that about Aquarius is because that's what this is. This is an Aquarius card. They just do it different ways than you do. What's the outcome of the week? What is the outcome of the week? It's funny, I almost feel like this is why Aries people are so independent, or sometimes they just need their space, right? Because in that space, you reflect, and then you kind of also feel out, like, and you process, you're negative, you're positive, all your shit, but you like to do it alone. the same times, it's the same thing with Aquarius, but in different ways. Now I just feel like you are attracting that Aquarius energy within you, the wisdom, the intellect. That part of you is taking over more than the go, 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 and we'll deal with it later. No, you're finding that healthy balance now. Outcome, and I love it. And I love your outcome. Look at this. Eight of Wands, you're taking action. You're chopping that wood. What is chopping wood? You know, when you hear me say that, you're taking action regardless of the end result. You know, say you're applying for this college or this university, but then like as you're applying for something, you've got that energy now. Now it's rolling. Now you're staying positive. Now you've got goals. All of a sudden, you get this call for this opportunity and you segue into that direction. It doesn't matter. You were chopping wood. It's the same thing with relationships. You're not going to meet somebody between these four walls. You start putting yourself on dating apps, or you tell a friend, hook me up with somebody, or, you start hanging out in different bars or places. You're chopping wood because you're going to meet new love. And that's why I love the outcome. Because everybody you dated in your past or your situations that you've failed, they weren't failures. And you're starting to realize that. They were lessons that elevated you, that brought you to growth, that brought you to this place where you understand truth and you understand healthy love. And there's a new love that's coming in. It's not a fucking wand. It's a cup. A cup is a fresh new start in love. And what you make of it is what you will. I love this. I love this for you. I love this space. All right, guys. This is why we have the eclipse. And let me explain something to you. This is not a normal eclipse. Yes, throughout the years, we always say eclipsing, you eclipsing friends out, you eclipsing this, you eclipsing that. No, no, no. This is, manyfold more stronger than any other eclipse. I'll tell you why. Because this one's life-changing. This is changing careers. This is changing relationships. This is changing literally you, your the way you look, your style, your hair, your features, the way you think and feel. It's a whole brand new life, new you. That's what this eclipse is. So don't be scared of it. Lean into it. Because you might start this way, but look how you end. You end with new love. Aries. What is this Queen of Cups in reverse? Two of Cups. If this is about friendship, guys, and maybe they're a Pisces, they could be any water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. It's just, this is the part of you that I was talking about. That's the new you. Five of Swords. Oh my God, I love this. Look at this. Five of Swords. You are making those sacrifices. I think you're coming into terms now and you're realizing, look, that's my old life. My new life, I just need to grasp the reality. This is who I am now. I'm going to give you a perfect example, guys, because everyone's having an eclipse moment. It doesn't matter what sign you are, including myself, including my 10-year-old daughter, everybody. It's a complete transition and change of life. I was corporate. I was hanging out with all these socialites in Manhattan, bar drinking, having fun, very shishi, very bougie, very la la la, whatever. Now I completely changed that. The YouTube channel I've been doing on weekends, as you see, over with, right? I've been doing this for a while. Now I'm leaning into this completely. No corporate life, no more bougie outings. I don't even care for them anymore. I don't talk to them as much as I used to. My friends are different now. I do more mommy stuff. I do more, I lean more into my daughter's life because she's a pre-professional in a thing. That's my new life. And now I'm leaning into it. And now I have to, not that I have to accept it, I am accepting it. I'm understanding it, and I'm starting to learn how to love it too on top of it. See, I'm telling you my story because of the Ace of Cups coming out twice, both at the bottom of the deck. So I want you guys to understand that new love is coming in. For all of you, it's different. It can be with your career. It can be with your friends. It can be with a new relationship with a person, a romantic relationship. And for the bulk of you, I do feel like you all are getting new love or a fresh new start in love with a person where it was fucked up before and now they're coming in correct. All right. So I want to understand why you got the moon and the devil. And I was like scared that this reading was going to turn out shitty, but it's not. It's actually turning out freaking positive because it is a blessing in disguise. What is the moon, the devil, and the five of swords? I'm going to tell you something else before I continue. This ace of cups, behind it was the 10 of cups. You know what the 10 of cups is? That's a happy environment. That's a happy couplehood. Those are the two things you want behind an ace of cups. You are making big decisions right now, Aries. You are slicing and dicing, let me tell you. Oh, wow. This is turning out to be quite amazing. I'm not going to lie. You got the Queen of Swords and the Six of Wands. Someone's coming back to vindicate you and validate you. Remember I was just talking earlier about karma, Aries karma, all of that. Like you heard an Aries, it's because you attacked an inner innocent person is what you did. All right. And that's what this makes me feel like. I mean, I didn't see justice yet. I wouldn't be surprised if it came out. But you are thinking rationally and logically now. Because after your heart was rejected, or you were rejected, or you were turned off by someone or something, you went into this mode. You're like, okay, now I'm going to lift my sword because I've got to make a decision anyway. I got to cut my losses. There's something toxic here. I also don't know what the future looks like. I'm also, as a person, starting to realize that if it's not mapped out and I can't see it and I don't know, why should I sit in those feelings of concern? I know they're not healthy. I know they're not good for me, right? So somebody comes and vindicates you, validate you. If I was to be more specific, this person, whoever this person is, comes back to vindicate you, validate you, because they did something wrong to you in the recent past. They were the toxic thing. They were the ones keeping secrets from you and holding back. And now you're getting vindicated and validated. Wish fulfillment and desire. All right, let's see what else is going on here. Why is, and this is probably why you're going into this Virgo mode, Hermit. You're still holding on to something because now you're trying to make a wise decision, because it looks like you have a new thing coming in and somebody from your past is vindicating you and validating you. I know it's easy to go back to the thing that was easy and comfortable or regulated, but I think you're making much wiser decisions. You're not the fool here. You're the Hermit. So that's very positive. That's also Virgo energy, by the way. Those of you who are dealing with Virgo. I see Capricorn and Virgo here. And Aquarius. And Pisces. Yeah. Two of Swords. Yeah, you're torn. I knew it. Before this card even came out. This way or that way? Should I go back to my old job or in that position because they're vindicating me and validating me, even though I still don't know what my future looks like there? Or do I keep going forward in what I was thinking and planning? Or this person, or to the new person. You're taking the time out. Here's what I like that you're also doing. You're stalking. Or someone's stalking you. It can be vice versa, sure. But moreover, this just tells me homework. And there is our Justice card. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I like it. And the Six of Swords, it means you're going to leave difficulty soon. Your justice is coming in. Make no mistake, Aries. What is the Star card, please? Ooh. Yes. 3 more major arcanas. All right. I do see unrequited love here, and I do see a runner-chaser dynamic. I don't know if this unrequited love is coming from someone else, or if it's you. It doesn't even have to be about love. It could be about work or an opportunity or an offer that you're just not liking. You're like, no, that's not for me. No, thank you. I'm not into that. I'm not interested. Um, that's fine. But in your advice, it's saying remain positive and hopeful. You need to temper yourself. Trust us. Your happiness is coming in. Trust. As long as I see the sun in any part of the reading on the table, this makes me feel so lighthearted, so good because it's coming in. It's like you're there. You're borderline right there, right? So, you need to temper yourself or find your inner balance and your peace and your calm. All right. That's why it's saying stay positive and hopeful. How are you going to do that? You're going to find your inner calm, your center, and you're going to look at the brighter side of things, the sun. Because it will come in. And the more you think of something on the brighter scope, you likely will transform the way your mind thinks and actually be happy. What is the Eight of Wands? Please clarify the Eight of Wands. All right, so here's the part where you start taking action. Remember where we were just talking about the moon, where, if you're dealing with a person in a relationship or at work, like a boss or something, the moon, which talks about not knowing what's going on behind the scenes. You don't even know what's going on. You don't know, a little bit of fear of the future because you can't see the path clearly, right? So in your outcome clarifying the chopping wood card, like taking action, like going back and forth here with somebody. What is this back and forth? This is like sending out emails and getting responses. This is like calling your person, they call you back. This is like a back and forth here with someone. You're making a judgment call regarding the thing that you don't know anything. You don't know anything. So you're finally making a decision on it. I hope. No, I don't need to hope. I see you doing it. You're verbalizing. Well, you're taking action. I don't know if you're communicating because it would be a sword. But you're taking action behind it. I hope you are communicating. I hope you are trying to get more information. That's why we saw the Page of Swords, doing homework, stalking to get more info because you don't have enough to make a decision. That's why you're torn. So you're trying to make a judgment call on something here. It could be something to do with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They're in the upright position, so it tells me they're really into you. Even if you are just having and those of you who are having a light and fluffy relationship, or it seems casual, or it seems like an affair, it's going in a different direction. It's going in a positive direction. It's going into commitment. It's going into an upgrade. But that's behind the deck, so that's in the few weeks ahead. So we are eclipsing that old shit to get the new shit. With that said, I do like your outcome. I want you guys to communicate. Just like if there's anything wrong with those of you who are single purchasing like the extended readings, you're going to email me and say something to me, guys. All right? Now let me see what we're going to be reading about in regards to love for Aries. Oh, there's also some new button out there. Down there, that it's like a shout out button. This is a new thing. Hit it. It's the same thing as like subscribing. Oh, you got children. And oh my goodness. I'm not even surprised, Aries. This could be the one. So if you feel like it might not be or whatever, no. If the universe is encouraging you that this person could be the one, they really could be. Because they're obviously feeling the same way about you. And that's why I'm seeing the upgrade at the bottom of the deck. But I did see children. So children might be an issue here, but I don't think it's the deal breaker. We'll see when, we go into the extended reading. And Angels of Abundance, any advice you want to give my beautiful Aries before we go? Oh, no, I want to do the... Let's do spiritual as fuck. We haven't done that in years. Spiritual as fuck. Let's be funny. Let's give one to Aries, please. What do you got for my Aries? There you go. What'd you get? Oh, you got two. Holy shit, you are enough. What would happen if you let yourself drop all the reasons you've made up about yourself that you're not good enough? Hello, devil. What if you tried it just for today? You can always go back to believing you're not good enough tomorrow, but you might find that you like the way it feels to like yourself. Like, really, really like yourself. Kind of nice, right? Oh my God, this is so funny. This is such an Italian card. Fuck out of here. This is the month today. This is your mantra today. Say it in a New Jersey accent to add emphasis. It. I'm sorry, I gotta laugh because I just did say it in a New Jersey accent. Um, if bullshit shows up, give it fuck out of here and turn it that way. This should probably be a silent mantra at work, at school, and pretty much anywhere in public. But it's still highly friggin' effective, even if you keep it to yourself. So if somebody pisses you off, this is what you say, at least in your head. That's pretty funny. All right, guys, that's what I have for you this week. Please leave me your comments down below. I read everything and everyone, and I will see you guys on the next one.